I've been watching more of those murder mysteries, and I've been watching the ones with Paula Zahn. I think it's called On the Case. Now, they all get old. Who wants to see or watch tragedy? And you're asking, well, why? And a matter of fact, I was watching one last night, and I watched it. I finished it, but I turned it off fine because I got a headache, because it's tragedy, and you say to yourself, why do you keep watching? Well, anything beats looking at four walls. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even watching a Jack the Ripper documentary, that beats looking at four walls. What I do like about it is when they catch him, whoever's done it. And I tell you what, there's so many murder mysteries and real cases. Those ones that do it, of course, are sick in the first place. But as many as there must be a lot of criminals, people. There must be a lot of people who enjoys going to prison. That's all I can say. It shows them getting life without parole, and you're in a 6x9 cell. Who in the hell in the right mind would like that? But when you're watching that, you're thinking, well, how can it be safe for me to walk down the road, ride a bike down the road, or even be in a car? How can it be safe for me going to the store? Is it hyped up, or is it really that bad? Unless it's a true story where someone's on death row and you get on Google and you find that out, they're actually on death row. But it makes you wonder if a lot of those crime stories, if it's made up, if it's hyped up. Because if it's as bad as it, when you watch them, you think, God, if it's that bad, how can it be safe for me to walk, like I said, walk or ride, going down the road? And it's, in a way, it doesn't make no sense. You just get the idea. Maybe a lot of that stuff's just hyped up. A lot of the news is hyped up, regular news. But it gets old watching it, so I have to basically watch a music video over. I'll take a music video and watch it 3 or 4 or 5 times to get my mind off of that crime. Because a lot of them murder stories, they're very, they're reenactments, but when you listen to them talk, it's very gruesome, and it's so sick. And then maybe a half hour later I'll start watching another one. But I download anything I think might be interesting to watch. Or I tell you another reason why I do that, just in case it's a story around here in Cincinnati, if it's been locally, or where I used to live, if there's something I didn't know about, and a murder I never knew about, and they've made a documentary on. They've made one here. I watched that about a year ago. East of here. I wanted to say right around south of Columbus, or just a little east of Cincinnati, about that guy that went after hunters. He'd see a hunter, and he'd get his rifle out, get out of his truck, and just shoot him. And he got life. I think he got life without parole. And that's one local I know of. Then there's one in I want to say Lexington, Kentucky. And but it's kind of surprising the ones that's close to you and you didn't realize, or where you used to live. But it gets old. It's sort of like makes you wonder how FBI goes through their training, because that's what they gotta go. That's how they gotta go through training. They gotta watch that stuff, gruesome stuff. It's definitely not for kids, no. But if you ain't careful when you watch crime dramas or crime stories, it always says when it starts off, real people, real events, or whatever. It does mess up your sleep. It gets to you a little bit psychologically, and I went to sleep at 2 o'clock. I turned it off at 2 o'clock in the morning, And I woke up. I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of messed me up psychologically because it was ones I watched, even with Paula Zahn. It was real. She hosted she narr. I guess what's the proper word, narrates. Anyway, it shows her talking to the victims, and they just it was very gruesome. I think, to be honest about it, a horror movie wouldn't affect you as bad because a horror movie's probably fictional, but these here are supposedly true. But I guess you got to be careful. I mean, anything too much of anything can be bad. But I guess I'll watch and finish them until there is none left. And but I don't like silly shows either. A lot of I'll be honest about it. There's some Andy Griffith I think is just too silly. But on the other hand, I've got 2 or 3 Andy Griffiths that I've got downloaded that I enjoy watching. In The Haunted House, I love that one. I'm keeping that. I just love how they go through that haunted house. That tickles me. Real spooky. And those 3 Wishes of Andy Griffith, the episode 3 Wishes. Very haunting. I like that one. And his cousin Virgil. If you've not seen that one, Andy Griffith, you gotta watch that one. His cousin Virgil. And but other than that, I thought a lot more silly. I don't like that silly comedy. I watch a few Lucille Balls or I Love Lucy or anything. I just. But I got my pick. But I think I'd rather watch crime stories than that silly old comedy. I never did like that silly old comedy. I like good comedy, not that silly stuff. But you just gotta be careful. Even no matter what your age or what you watch, because it can affect you psychologically more than what you think it does. But I'm fine now. It's just that I hate to see tragedy, but then again, who wants to look at 4 walls?